Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and I want to talk about something slightly different today, but it is something that comes up all the time, not just on my channel, but on every single channel that I read anywhere on YouTube. I see it brought up a lot. I see it brought up when discussing various YouTube channels. And what I want to state up front, you guys know that this is off topic when you clicked on the video. You guys got plenty of informative videos this week. You're about to get a Q&A tomorrow. So it's okay to have a few minutes of off topic when it's actually relevant to what goes on basically in comments and criticism of everyone's YouTube channels all the time. And that is the topic of free speech. People will bring this up and say, hey, I thought you supported free speech. Or why do you ban people? Why do you have certain people blocked? Why do you do things? Isn't that violating free speech? And the answer is no. From a historic perspective, free speech has nothing to do with putting up with people's personal insults or attack or slander on your private property. What people need to understand is that your homes, your businesses, things like that are private property. It has nothing. You don't have free speech actually when you're on other people's property or business. And a YouTube channel or a Facebook page or any sort of social media is actually, those pages are the property of the company that own them or the person running them at their discretion to regulate that stuff. And the courts have upheld that. You actually wouldn't be able to take someone to court for violating your free speech and win. Whereas if someone really and truly violated your free speech legitimately, you could win millions of dollars from them in court. You could be rich. You could be set for life if someone did it, like on any sort of serious level, but that wouldn't be considered a violation. Free speech is intended to protect your political speech. It is intended to protect your unpopular opinions, particularly, again, when it comes to political matters, social matters, things like that, things of actual importance. Free speech was intended so that you can't be physically assaulted or harmed by other people for expressing your political beliefs or viewpoints, or even having a bumper sticker or something on your car, that you can't be silenced by a government or thrown in prison for expressing those beliefs. It's so that if you want to vote for Bernie Sanders or Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton or Barack Obama or George Bush, that you have a right to express that opinion. In fact, if you wanted to vote for Adolf Hitler, you would have a right to express that political opinion without fear of imprisonment, without fear of people harming you physically. And if someone physically harms you for expressing your free speech politically, you are going to win in court, because you cannot violate people's constitutional rights in the United States for free speech, which, having been around the world and lived in other countries, I can tell you we have the highest degree of free speech in this country of anywhere else I've been in the world, including Europe and England. But that includes not just politics, but other belief systems. It means if you want to support the Black Lives Matter movement, or you want to support pot smokers for Bernie Sanders, or you want to support the Ku Klux Klan or a neo-Nazi group, or you want to put a coexist bumper sticker on your car, that you have a right to express that belief without fear of retribution from others. However, that does not include you not being fired from it at work or being thrown off of private property for expressing that belief, because people have the right to hire who they want. They have a right to regulate what goes on at their business. They have a right to regulate what goes on at their home, their private property. It doesn't protect you from slander. It doesn't protect you from libel. It doesn't protect you from making violent threats towards others. And it doesn't protect you from obscenity. So, for example, if you were to come on a YouTube channel and call someone a fat fucking faggot pedophile, if they're not actually medically fat, that's slander if it's intended to be hurtful. If they can prove they're not actually fat, that's actually slander. That's not protected speech in any court. Because you use the word fucking, it's now obscenity. That's not protected speech either, because you call them a faggot. If they're not homosexual, that's slander, and it's going to fall under obscenity. And if they're not actually a pedophile and there's no evidence of it, that's also slander again. So none of that, not a single word in that phrase is protected speech. And if you did it on private property, such as a YouTube channel or a Facebook page, their private business, it doesn't matter what you say, it's still not free speech. So people really need to educate themselves and understand the difference. And when we're talking about free speech, you're talking about the ability to actually talk about truly important matters, not silly bullshit, not nonsense, not things of no substance or importance. It is your right to express deeply held beliefs, whether your political beliefs, your religious beliefs, your social beliefs, things that really and truly matter to you and I on a deep level. Free speech is your right to express those things without fear of violence, persecution, or imprisonment for expressing those. And it gets absurd when people want to pretend like bullshit that they do on the internet actually falls into that same category, because it really doesn't. It's profoundly ignorant when people try to pretend that it does. Alright guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. If you guys enjoyed this video, please click a like down below. I hope it has been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.